The first sound Lily Wilker made on the people's stage was not her voice at all, and that was what made everyone lean forward, because it rose from the silence like a memory waking up, a soft call that felt older than the lights, older than the cameras, older than fear. Lily had waited for this moment without fully knowing what it would ask of her, only knowing that the sounds she carried inside her chest had always helped her make sense of the world. She had learned early that words sometimes failed people, but sounds never lied. On Air family's modest farm, when days were long and grown-ups were tired, animals spoke in honest tones that never pretended to be anything else. Lily listened when the cows shifted in the barn at night, when the chickens argued with the sunrise, when the dogs cried at storms they could feel before anyone else. School was harder. Children are not unkind by nature, but they can be careless with curiosity. And Lily learned how it felt to be stared at, to be laughed at, to be asked why she made weird noises instead of fitting neatly into the shape everyone expected. She learned how it felt to shrink. And then, slowly, she learned how it felt to choose not to. When the teasing grew louder, she practiced more quietly. When doubt whispered, she listened to the animals instead. They never asked her to explain herself. They simply responded. The invitation to the people's stage came like a question she had never dared ask out loud. Could something so unusual belong in a room built for applause? Could a girl who spoke through animals be understood by judges who measured dreams for a living? Lily packed her bag with careful hands, folding hope beside fear, tucking courage between snacks and Lucky Charms. Her parents hugged her tightly, not promising success, only reminding her that kindness mattered more than outcomes, and that whatever happened, she had already done something brave by showing up. Under the bright lights, Lily felt very small. The room seemed to breathe. Waitin', Lily swallowed, remembering the barn at dawn, the warmth of hay, the comfort of being understood without speaking. She closed her eyes, and when she opened them again, she was no longer alone. The animals came with her. A dolphin's laugh burst from her, playful and bright, rippling through the room and breaking the tension like sunlight on water. A horse's gentle huff followed, strong and patient. Then the proud crow of a rooster that made the audience laugh in surprise. Each sound was precise, but more than that, each sound carried feeling. This was not imitation for attention. This was connection offered without asking for anything in return. Something shifted among the judges daily and not because they were impressed by technique alone, but because they sensed sincerity. Lily was not performing at them. She was sharing a piece of herself she had protected for years. In the audience, a woman wiped away tears she did not expect. A man laughed softly, remembering a childhood dog. A child squeezed a parent's hand, suddenly believing that being different might be okay. Then came the unexpected moment. Lily paused, her confidence flickering. She looked toward the judges and spoke in her own voice, small but steady, explaining that animals had always helped her feel less alone, and that if she won anything from this stage, she wanted to help animals who did not have voices people listened. She talked about shelters, about frightened eyes behind cages, about how every sound she made came from love, learned in listening. The room went quiet again, but this silence was different. It was full. The judges were no longer evaluating a novelty. They were witnessing compassion. When Lily returned to her impressions, they were deeper now, carrying intention. The cry of a wounded animal echoed, not painful but pleading, followed by the soft comfort of a caretaker's presence. Without realizing it, Lily had told a story of rescue, of patience, of healing, using nothing but breath and heart. The emotional climax arrived without spectacle. Lily ended with a simple sound, a dog's sigh as it finally rests its head in safety. It was small, almost nothing, and that was what made it powerful. In that sigh lived relief, trust, and gratitude. For a moment, the world seemed to remember how to be gentle. Applause rose like a wave, not explosive but sustained, wrapping Lily in warmth. The judges stood, their expressions unguarded. They spoke of talent, yes, but more of kindness. They spoke of how rare it was to see a young person so tuned to empathy, so willing to use a gift for others rather than for ego. Lily listened, stunned, realizing that the very thing she once hid had become the bridge between her and thousands of strangers. Later, away from the lights. Lily would think about how fear had nearly kept her silent, and how choosing compassion had given her a voice louder than any doubt. She would remember the people's stage not as a place of judgment, but as a place where humanity listened back. And those who watched would carry something with them too, and sometimes the most powerful ones are learned by listening. The story of Lily Wilker did not end that night. It traveled quietly into homes and hearts, into conversations about difference and courage, into small decisions to be kinder. It reminded people that generosity does not always look grand, that sometimes it sounds like a child imitating a bird because she loves it enough to listen. And in that reminder lived hope, steady and real, whispering that when we honor what makes us unique and use it to lift others, we do more than impress judges. We heal something human in us all.